good morning, and welcome back to Coffee Break.
Last week we were busy spring cleaning, and now we've got brand new open shelf space for all of our new spring books.
Yay, we love spring reading.
Yes, of course.
And new books. So
new books are good any time of the year, though.
This is true, this is true.
So Anna, which of our spring books are you really excited about?
I am really excited about, here's one that I already did a trailer for.
Oh, nice.
So some of these books are out already, and some of them are coming very soon. So this one is out, The Yes. I love this one because it's so optimistic, and I mean, who would think that you can relate to like a big orange Landmann thing, but
it's so endearing.
Yeah. So I had fun making the book trailer for it, just trying to put in all of my excitement about the book into the video. Oh yeah, I think we mentioned before the fun language.
Yeah.
Like the yesness and no-ness and not-ness and the big wide where. So, I guess, not to give away the ending, but it's so triumphant. Anyways, this is one of my favorites. How about you?
Well, one book that I'm really excited about is Edgar Wants to Be Alone. And this is the 4th book by Dumont. We've got other kind of barnyard stories, and it's fun because all of the characters in these books make an appearance in this one. But basically, it's about this grumpy rat named Edgar who is being followed by a worm. And he just wants to...
And he's really mad about that.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to be left alone. I mean, the title's pretty self-explanatory. I love this, well, first of all, because Edgar reminds me of Templeton in Charlotte's Web, and he was always my favorite character in that book. But also, like, Edgar reminds me a bit of myself when I was, like, 5 or 6, because I just thought I was smarter than everybody else, when I clearly wasn't.
Like, you probably were, let's be honest, you're brilliant.
No, I remember arguing with my kindergarten teacher about how to pronounce island, and I was like, it's clearly Island. There's an S right there. I'm not blind. But yeah, so I have a particular fondness for this book.
Edgar.
Yeah, exactly. So, Anna, do you have another book that you're excited about?
Do I have another one?
You're right, stupid question.
I am excited about Animal Supermarket.
Oh, I love this one.
This is by the same author-illustrator team that did I Wish I Had and The Big Book of Slumber. So obviously we know they work well together. And it's a fun little idea, like as if all different animals went to the supermarket and could buy like what they actually eat.
Yeah.
So
I love the cow in the dress just like pushing the shopping cart. Like, it's no big deal. Like, of course, this is what I do.
Yeah. So it's a great fun way to learn like what different animals eat.
I love the panda. Okay, like pandas are my favorite animals anyway, but the panda that gets mad because they're out of bamboo again. And she's like,
where is this?
What? It's right here.
Oh,
she's like in the background just like, I can't believe this. And I like that none of the animals eat junk food, you know, they're all very healthy, organic kinds of foods and everything.
Yeah, like they say, the frozen food section was never very popular. They closed it down last year and put in a meadow instead.
And bumblebees with their little bags. Okay, well there's another book with another grumpy protagonist that I love.
I love this one.
I know. It's Roger is reading a book, and basically you've got Roger, and he's just, you know, he's just in his apartment. He wants to be reading in peace, and his neighbor Emily just keeps making noise and disturbing him.
As kids do.
Yeah. But I love this because, like, okay, well, this is my life. Because, you know, there are so many times I just want to stay in with a good book and read, and then the people above me are, like, tap dancing elephants, and they just stomp around all day. And I'm just like, please, just peace and quiet, let me read.
So I think you need to solve your problem like Roger does.
Right? Yeah. I'm not going to tell you how. I've done enough spoilers. But I also love how awesome Emily is. The fact that she does like ballet and basketball and like, you know.
Juggling.
Yeah, exactly. Rides a unicycle while juggling like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Like she's obviously very loud and everything, so I can sympathize with Roger, but she's also a really cool kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another book that we have mentioned on here before. The Amazing Age of John Roy Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
This actually is published today, so happy book birthday.
That's not an April Fool's joke either. It really is
It
published
really
today.
is published today.
I hate April Fool's Day. I would never do that to you.
Anyways, this is a very exciting book. It's a historical picture book biography of John Roy Lynch, who was pretty amazing, everything that he could do during the Reconstruction era, because right after that it would not have been possible. But he went from being a slave to a U.S. congressman in what, 12 years?
10 years.
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
Plus,
it's weird that like we've never really heard of John Roy Lynch. You know, he was never a historical figure that I talked about in school. So I really appreciate that Don and Chris, you know, dedicated a whole book to him.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting story.
Yeah. And just finally another example of how great the art is. I think this is my favorite spread from this book.
It's so hopeful.
Yeah.
And actually, we've got.
Don't forget, today is your last chance to enter to win this limited edition poster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't enter, like, we're not ever planning on printing these again, so.
You're just gonna be out of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, enter that. Stat. It ends tonight at midnight, so.
Mr. H is the novel that we're coming out with this season. And it's about a talking hippopotamus who escapes from the zoo and goes out on a quest to find his native Africa. So
It's just one of those books that, like, you try to describe and you just want to be like, but, I mean, you just have to read it.
yeah, exactly.
It's
just
so perfectly quirky.
right, and I mean, it's illustrated, and like I feel bad I invented this book. I hate that, the noise of the spine. But like, look at him just wearing a suit, crossing the street, you know, not obeying traffic laws or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they're really colorful, fun illustrations, and like you said, it's a really funny, quirky story. But it's also got this really like poignant ending. So it's just an incredibly unique book. I love this book because I've never read anything like this before.
Yeah.
You know.
If you want to know more about it, we actually just had a friend of ours, Parker, who is a second grader in Wisconsin, wrote a review of this book for us. So
Nice.
he did a pretty good job telling about it.
Thanks, Parker. What's up?
The last one I'm going to show is Red. I think we were all, when at least the marketing team found out about this book, it was like, oh, you know, it's good to have more bully books, and like we heard that it's about bullying, but this one like is incredible. It's very powerful, but yet like subtle, like it doesn't throw it in your face.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the books that I've read about bullying, this is the most realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got this girl who like notices her classmate Tommy blushing, and she just, you know, kind of laughs and everything.
Kids do.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're snickering about it, and then it just gets out of hand.
Yeah, another kid in the class notices what she's saying, and then he picks it up, so then everyone just starts bullying this kid. And
yeah, and finally he shoves him to the ground, and the teacher asks what happened, and she has to decide whether or not to come forward. And yeah, it's a really emotional book.
And it's just the way that it shows emotions, you know, like this is her being scared. What do I do?
Yeah, I love the expressive artwork in here. It's really great.
And then of course my favorite spread is this one. This is why I feel like this book is just so powerful and poignant.
You know, this was actually originally not wordless. We had like a random sentence in here.
Because this book is translated, correct?
Yes, it's a translated book from Dutch.
And it was Catherine's idea to take the words off.
So this amazing spread here that's wordless and powerful and moving. No, we all helped with it.
So I'm really excited for people to discover this book, because I think it's a great way to start the conversation of bullying without being like, here, don't be a bully.
Yeah, it's really sensitive to, you know, the pressures that come with bullying and just witnessing bullying too. Honestly, this might be my favorite book on the spring list. It's called Just for Today, and the text is the Daily Decalogue of St. John the 23rd. And
do you know what a decalogue is?
It's just a series of 10 statements.
Okay.
Get it, Deca, 10.
Well, I mean, I figured that it had something to do with the 10, but I didn't really know the word decalogue until this book, so I thought maybe we could define the word decalogue.
The word of the day is. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like it would be kind of a strictly Catholic book and everything. But honestly, it's just a really great general book about mindfulness. Like, got just for today, I will adapt to circumstances without expecting circumstances to adapt to my wishes.
That is good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got all of this like really symbolic artwork and everything. I just love this artwork. It's just lovely. Like, just for today, I will do a good deed and tell no one about it. It's just, you know, it's a kind of good, like, just rules to live by every day. And yeah, I love having this on my shelf now because, like, anytime I'm like stressed or anything, I can just take 5 minutes, read this, and it helps put things in perspective. It's just a really great moment. Yeah.
So that's our whole spring list. So lots of stuff to look out for, lots of stuff to look for already at your bookstore. So
yeah, and if you have any books that are coming out this year that you're particularly excited to read, let us know in the comments. We always love reading suggestions.
Happy spring! Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. To win,
I just got a paper cut. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. This one doesn't have blood on it. I swear. It's just on my finger.